Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Legends of Tomorrow, episode 216, titled Doomworld, which premiered Tuesday, March 28, 2017 on the CW, as well as the season finale, which is episode 217, titled Aruba, which premiered Tuesday, April 4th, 2017. So 2 episodes this time. I'm recording on April the 13th. It's been about a week after the finale, but otherwise, huge spoiler alert, guys. If you haven't watched the 2 episodes already, go do so first and then come back and see what I have to say about the episodes. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen. So remind yourselves of that. And let's start with the 20-minute clock this time. I'm going to try to do 10 minutes each, but let's see how I do for that. And let's get started. So what happened let's start with 216, obviously. So timeline-wise, we are taken straight to 2017 and in this alternate reality that the Legion of Doom have created with the help of the Spear of Destiny, which is the episode reminder for this one. Again, with the villains being the Legion of Doom. So, episode breakdown, pretty much going to narrow it down to all the different new realities we get to see. In Star City, we see Damien Darhk as the mayor. He has Sarah and Amaya working for him. We also get a little brief cameo from Felicity Smoke, but she's the vigilante in this one, and she is killed on Damien Darhk's orders after she refuses to leave the city. And she's apparently the last of the vigilantes to be killed. We see a wall of the fallen vigilantes with all their different masks and everything like that. Now, in Central City, we have Eobard Thawne, declared as the smartest man alive as he runs Star Labs. Not sure if it's still called Star Labs, but as you were, he still has the Spear of Destiny, and he has the Black Flash caged up, so that he's not a threat to him anymore. Don't know why he would be a threat, considering he's written reality so that he's still alive. So there's that. And we also see Jax working for Eobard Thawne, but we get Professor Stein working for Jax, and they're not very nice to each other, or Jax antagonizes the professor. And then we also see Ray being a custodian who likes to play video games, one of them being of his own creation of the Atom versus the Dominators. So there's that. Now with Malcolm, for him, we hear about him having his family back, having both of his hands. We hear that his wife, Tommy, and Thea are alive and loving him. We don't actually see them though, they're just mentioned. And we also find out that Rip is aware for the year that the Legion has had the Spear of Destiny. Don't know if it was actually a year that has passed, or if for Rip, the altered reality has him thinking it's been a year since they've acquired the spear. And he, while stuck in the Wave Rider with Gideon, has been working on his professional cake making skills. So there's that. So with all the new realities, we do get that Nathan still came up with a conspiracy about these reality scars, which we know as time aberrations. And because of this, Mick takes it as a first step in reuniting the Legends team. So this whole episode is trying to get them to get their former memories back and try to get them to grab a hold of the Spear of Destiny and rewrite reality the way it's supposed to be. However, the last moments of the episode show Rip having Gideon's systems functioning again, and he sends a distress signal out to the Legends team. And the Wave Rider looks like to be in a miniaturized state at Star Labs. So there's that. Now, tidbit-wise, though, for the episode is that Captain Cold kills Amaya just as she's about to use the Spear of Destiny to rewrite reality to the way it was. We also have Eobard Thawne destroying the Spear of Destiny by dropping it in this nuclear reactor he's been creating. We also see Eobard Thawne going again, letting everybody go despite all of them wanting to gain up on him for putting him in this precarious situation, including the remainder of the Legion of Doom. We also see the Legends team plan to go back in time to 1916 to stop the Legion of Doom from getting the Spear of Destiny, with some expected complications because they will be interfering in events they've already participated in, which is something they are not supposed to do at all. So there's that. Now, moving on to the finale, 217. Timeline-wise, we go back to France of 1916. We also see Central City 2014, Miami 1987, and Los Angeles 2017. We also get mentions of Star City of 2016 because of Malcolm. The episode reminder, though, is we really get to see double in this episode. Villains being, again, Legion of Doom. Breakdown of the story of the episode really is three storylines I've found. First one was Doomworld Regroup. Second is Legends vs. Legends. And the third one being Double Legends vs. Legion of Doom. So first storyline with the Doomworld regroup, we get Rip managing to find the rest of the Legends team. We get Ray finding his Atom suit within Star Labs, and we also get Rip going back to his full size. Second storyline has Legend vs. Legend. So I'm going to call the two sets Doom Legends being the ones that are from the alternate universe, and then past Legends being the ones stuck in 1916. Or I can call them France Legends if you want. I don't know. Whichever comes to me easily. So Doom's Legends try to steal the Spear of Destiny from the past Legends, so that they know that if they get the past Legends to correct the course of time, then the Doom's Legends pretty much going on a suicide mission, because then they would have rewritten their own existence out of his existence. So we see a time storm erupting when both sets of the Legends team intercept, and then also agree to work together, since they're not supposed to be doing this thing. Now, the third storyline shows Double Legends versus the Legion of Doom. Now, the Doom Legends risk their own lives to save the past Legends from the Legion of Doom, like I said, because for Doom's Legend, they don't want their versions of themselves to exist. They want the past Legends to succeed and everything. So, we see Malcolm killing Doom Jax, and we see past Stein react to this. We see Captain Cold killing Doom Mick, which sees past Ray reacting to this. And we get Damien Dark killing Doom's Nathan, and we see past Amaya reacting to this. Now we also get past Sarah using the Spear of Destiny to rewrite reality, returning it to the normal and then rendering the spear useless. And before doing so, she sees Laurel amongst the, I guess, Laurel's the spokesperson for the Spear of Destiny. Kind of like how when Barry goes into the Speed Force, any familiar face could be the Speed Force representation to him. So there's that. And then after we see the Black Flash killing Eobard Thawne, as well as Eobard Thawne's army of past versions of himself. I think they're past versions of himself. I don't think they're future versions of himself. So there's that. Last moment of the episode shows the Legends team, the one version of the Legends team, now crashing to Los Angeles in 2017, where there are dinosaurs roaming the streets. So that's interesting there. Tidbits, though, we see Amaya staying on the team, prologuing her return to 1942, and actually agreeing to start something with Nathan. We also see Rip leaving for a vacation. He had Sarah grant him permission for a leave of absence. So there's that, and her actually wishing him a fun vacation. We also see the remaining Legions of Doom having their memories wiped and returning to their rightful place in the timeline. We see Malcolm Merlin in Star City 2016. It was mentioned by Sarah, though we don't actually see him go back there. We see Captain Cold being taken to Central City 2014 by Mick, and we see Damien Dark being taken to Miami of 1987 by Sarah, and getting their memories wiped by a little device that really has me remembering the Men in Black. So there's that. Moving on to the most shocking moment of the episode. For 216, I have to say Amaya being killed by Captain Cold was very surprising. I was not expecting that whatsoever. So there's that. In 217, though, I had two surprises. First one was that Ray was killed by Eobard. He was the first of the Doom's team to be killed off, and then only to have it followed by the death of for a majority of the Doom's Legends. But Ray's was the very first surprising one. It didn't really click until after his death, when they explained it, that for Ray it would have been a suicide mission, since it was the Doomsday version for him, or the Doomworld version for him, not the past version him. So that was a surprise. And then the second one was the cliffhanger with the dinosaurs loose on the streets of Los Angeles in 2017. I'm intrigued to know how a time storm that they've created resulted in dinosaurs being alive and roaming the streets of a populated city. So there's that. Moving on to top 3 favorite moments. From 216, let's start with that one. I have to say the first one has to be that despite the doom and gloom of the new reality for the Legends team, it was really great to see them all bond over how amazing Nathan's mom's sandwiches are. I mean, out of all the trouble that they got themselves in, it was just funny to have them all make a comment about how good those sandwiches were. It was like no matter which reality they're in, there's no changing how good that sandwich is, type thing. So that was fun to see. And it was a great way to lighten the mood for in a gloomy situation. So there's that. Second favorite moment for me has to be Mick's struggles on picking a side. We see him not really completely siding with the Legion of Doom, but then not really completely siding with the Legends team, or he keeps flipping back and forth, or how he's trying to find his initial place. I like seeing the struggle of that in Mick, just because it's something he's been dealing with ever since he joined the Legends team. So it's just great to see ultimately what has him, like what were the moments for him that had him switching sides, or what were the moments that solidified his alliance with whichever team he was going for. So there's that. Another favorite for me was the cameo appearance of Vigilante Felicity and the mask of the other fallen heroes that we've come to know. So that was great to see, even though it was a very depressing end for all of them. It was just great to see what the Legion of Doom would have rewritten them all as. So there's that. Another favorite I had was the idea of everyone teaming up against Eobard Thawne. We had the whole Legends team, and then we have Malcolm Merlyn, Damien Darhk, and Captain Cold willing to go up against Eobard Thawne after he had destroyed the Spear of Destiny. So I thought that was something, just to see everyone wanting to work together to go against the future speedster. So I thought that was pretty cool. And lastly, a funny thing was that Rip was making all these fancy cakes and then having his drunk ramblings, and then trying to figure out new ways to make his spectacular cakes and stuff like that. It was just really fun. I wasn't expecting something like that. But yeah, and then have Gideon set him straight was pretty cool too. Favorite moments from the finale, though, I have to say that the army of doubles that we got to see, not only in the 2 sets of Legends team, but also in the many reverse flashes that we got to see. It was just great to see, and it was great. It's always a great feat to see that happen, especially when the doubles are interacting with each other. I was always been a fan of that. I'm always interested to see how they work that out and how they're able to do that visually and just see it come out on screen. It always has me wondering what the actors think after the final product, because when they're actually filming it, it's not like they see a double of themselves like we do in the final product. So it's always great to see doubles like this on screen. So that's why it's one of my favorites. Second favorite, though, has to be Sarah seeing Laurel. It's about time, because I'm pretty sure this is the only time in Season 2 we actually get to see Laurel, which was kind of a disappointment, because I was expecting to see more of her just because of the announcement of her being signed on to all 3 shows in some capacity. I thought she was going to be part of the main cast in the season. But anyways, it was really great to see Sarah have that moment with Laurel, even though it was influenced by the Spear of Destiny. But it's just great to see her have that and come to the conclusion that everything that she's ever endured led her to this moment with the Spear of Destiny, to seeing Laurel and stuff. So it was really good to have that moment between the two of them. It seemed like something that Sarah really needed. And last favorite was the fact that the Black Flash finally caught up with Eobard Thawne. Not only was it visually fantastic to see it happen, but it was just great to finally see that after all that running, time caught up with the Reverse Flash, and it reset itself with the Reverse Flash, with the Reverse Flash being taken by the Black Flash. So it was just really great to see that he couldn't run forever from him. So there's that. Moving on to top 3 peeved moments. I didn't really have any peeves from episode 216, but for 217, I did have one. It was the fact that Rip left the team. It feels like when Carter and Kendra left the team in season 1 finale, and now we get Rip leaving the team. So I hope we get to see him again. But he did say that Sarah has run the team a lot better than he has. So I guess we'll have to see about that. Moving on to what moment will I remember most or look back on these episodes. 216 was a huge reminder of the alternate reality. Just having them in these different roles was just a great reminder for that. And the finale is definitely going to be a reminder of the whole seeing double thing. So that's a huge one there. Now, random questions. I did have a few questions for both episodes. The first one from 216 was that if they are in a new reality, then how can they go back to the same 1916 event and prevent the Legion of Doom from taking the Spear of Destiny? I'm under the impression that if you rewrite reality, that means everything about reality has been rewritten, not certain key points, because they trickle down and have a certain effect on it. But then how is it that if you go back in time, you can go back to a time that wasn't rewritten by reality just yet? I mean, that's a little confusing for me. So it's not like if Barry went back in time and he messed with the timeline, then all he has to do is just go back in time to the moment before he messed with the timeline, theoretically speaking. This is not like that. They're actually rewriting all of reality. So I'm just confused as to how they could go back to a time before that happened in order to change it if they had written reality to a point that to make that moment never happen type thing, right? If anyone has an answer about that, please let me know in the comments down below. My head's reeling over it. And my other two questions came from the finale, and the first one was that when Ray flew through No Man's Land in 1916 to get the blood vial, I kept thinking, why did the Legends team not do that the first time around? Why did it take Doomworld Ray to do that and not have them do that the first time? Why did they have to risk them going into or walking to No Man's Land, avoiding gunfire and all that, when Ray could have done this the first time? So there's that. Second question was, are we going to see dinosaurs next year for Arrow and the Flash as well? Since the cliffhanger for this finale showed dinosaurs walking the streets of Los Angeles in 2017. It wasn't like they went back to the Jurassic era. So what are we going to see about that? But aside from that, let's move on to predictions. Since this includes the finale of season 2, I don't really have any predictions because there's nothing to predict. But aside from that, it's going to be very interesting to see how they explain why there's dinosaurs in 2017 and alive and well. I might ask why they're so... Not only is there why is there dinosaurs, but why is there also dinosaurs surrounded by fully functioning society from the looks? Because buildings were still built around the dinosaurs and things like that. It kind of made me remember Jurassic Park and how like you had all the buildings and it was a park and everything, and you have dinosaurs roaming in between the buildings and such like that. So it has me wondering about that, and then it also has me wondering how Arrow and the Flash are going to be affected by this. Supergirl not so much because she's on another Earth, but that has me wondering as well. But that is about it, guys. What did you guys think of the 2 episodes? What did you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next in season 3? Let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your own thoughts, theories about all that. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The links for those are down below for both episodes, as well as for the master list for my Legends tags. So go check that out and follow me there if you like. I reblog promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place, so it's easy access for you guys. And it's just fun for me to keep tabs of it. It's also connected to my WordPress account. Link for that one is down below as well. Everything I post online is connected through everything else, but WordPress is a little more organized. It's a work in progress though, so keep that in mind. But I do hope you check that out as well. And I believe that is about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for your patience. But next time I talk about Legends of Tomorrow will probably be in the summer when Comic-Con comes around, and I'll be talking about any Season 3 spoilers. So until then, guys, this is Mel. Wish you a great day, great week wherever you are. Hope you check out my other videos. But until then, guys, bye for now.